Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, hello. Welcome to your Monday KVJ After the Show podcast. Yeah, what up? Just me and the bird here today. Vicious V had to go off and be mommy. Rocco was sick today, so she had to go and deal with that because Panda had to work. So she bailed the tail end of the regular show today. So it's just dudes today.
So that means it's going to be more of a chick podcast?
Probably, yeah. Crazy story if you missed it earlier. Jaybird did a little camping this weekend. His buddy Bigfoot took him out into the woods outside of Arcadia, Florida, and the setup was really nice. There are people that know how to camp and people that don't, and you want to go somebody knows how to do it. And your setup was really nice. I didn't see what the sleeping quarters look like, but you had just kind of a regular tent that had all the drink and food that you would want. You had a great looking fire that was set up.
Yeah, if you
music playing.
You go on our Facebook page, you'll see the inside of the tent.
Yeah.
And also on our Instagram page, you'll see where I'm in there. It was really, really a very nice setup. He knows how to do all that shit. He's really good at hosting parties. And you saw him do the beer tent for Beer Fest.
Yeah,
and he always has the best tent going on.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. How was the sleep? That's always my concern about these things.
The first night was actually so peaceful, and I loved it.
Yeah.
And then after that fight broke out on Saturday night, I did not sleep at all.
You said that was like at 2 a.m. And
it was 2 a.m. Where we're coming down. It was the come down of the night, getting ready to go to bed.
Right.
That guy comes over and we give him a beer and he's just chilling. And that drunk person ran over his tent in an ATV. And this guy had to have been on other drugs too, I think. But that guy, he would have been in his tent if he wasn't talking to us. I think he would have died, man. Or he would have been really fucked up.
Just crazy. Somebody's riding an ATV all hammered and...
We still don't figure out how they did it either.
I mean, how they rode it or how they rode over it or what was
because
that?
There was so much stuff blocking where this ATV went through, but the only thing to get hit was this one tent, and it was demolished. I mean, it was fucked up.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then, holy shit, was it a fight.
Yeah, it sounds like a typical redneck kind of night.
It was a lot of redneck moments there.
Yeah, that's a redneck thing, man. It's been a while since I've been at a true redneck party, but that was the one thing I remember from growing up as a kid is we did not ever have a party that I remember that did not have some kind of fighting.
Nothing ruins a buzz more when you think someone's getting run over by an ATV right next to you.
Well, yeah, I mean, to me, I'm too soft. That's why I had to get the hell out of the hills because it's jarring, man. I mean, when you see these guys fighting and, I would see people hitting each other with ball bats. They would kick each other with steel-toed boots in the face. And, I mean, there's a lot of mangling and blood going on.
There is.
And you're just like, it's jarring for a soft boy like me.
Well, the guy who got his tent run over, the one that was talking with us, he's not the one that got into the fight with the guy after. The guy had this other guy who was in the mix somehow. He had a son in this one tent, and the guy clipped that tent while the son was sleeping in there. So, yeah, I guess there was 2 tents involved. Yeah. And that's when the guy fucking jumped on him. And then the crazy thing was the one guy stopped fighting. The one that ran over, he's like, fine, fucking punch me. I deserve it, fine, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Oh, man, it was so intense.
That sounds about right. Some ridiculous crying and
it was crying, anger,
exciting though.
First
right?
night though, so peaceful.
Yeah, exciting stuff though. Dang. So that was Jaybird's weekend. It's good stuff. Sounds like you're happy you went.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
And Bigfoot did such a great job hosting the thing, and it was just me and him. Grant in our chat room, one of his buddies.
Oh, yeah.
came up and was talking with me. We had a bunch of KVJ Nationers out there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's good. Good times. Yeah, if you love the road trips and going out camping, last week we were talking about somebody doing a road trip through the Smoky Mountains, and Tyler sent an email, said, yo, I was listening to the ATS from Thursday, and Big Kev was talking about how he comes to the Smoky Mountains for reunions. I live on the border of the North Carolina side. Next time you come up, let's go out for some drinks. I'm only 19, but my Texas ID says I'm 23.
We didn't hear that last part, right?
Oh, man. That's good stuff. Yeah, I remember one time when I was underage, went there to the Smokies, my cousin and I. Man, they do not card hard in the Smokies.
Okay, I hear that I would like it there. Can you confirm that?
Yeah, I think you would. Yeah, seeing that you like the camping, it is absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, we go to Cades Cove. If he's on the North Carolina side, there was we would go over to what's called Cherokee, North Carolina. And they would have a lot of the Cherokee Indian stuff that was over there that was really cool to check out. They had kind of like they would act out a scene of the whole Trail of Tears Unto These Hills was the name of it. And so, yeah, camping, hiking, nature, gorgeous little streams. I remember they had canoeing and like you go tubing down the river and stuff like that.
To me, it all depends on the weather. I know there was talks of it being hot out there. It was gorgeous. It was cold at nighttime, honestly. We were in the shade.
Yeah, it'd be nice and chill.
What are your thoughts on tent sex? Do you think tent sex would be fun? If the Queen did want to have sex, would you be uncomfortable having sex in a tent? Do you feel like people around you would hear you and see it moving?
No, we could do it. I'm all right with that.
Yeah, I think it's
you know?
you gotta be
Whatever.
Yeah,
I think people would probably applaud you.
it's camping.
It's camping. I mean, come on.
I was kind of.
It's all about the nature.
I mean, everyone was just pissing out there in the open.
Well, that's the thing. You know, that's why some people love nature. It's freeing. Takes away the restrictions of city life. Yeah, some people just love it, man. So I get it. There is definitely some things. If you do it right, it can be a lot of fun. Yeah, Babsy was saying, yeah, they got some great moonshine there in the Smokies. Yeah, that's kind of I think it's kind of their newer gimmicky thing. When I went up through there a couple years ago, I didn't notice it when I was a kid. I don't think it was that big of a deal. But now, you know, you can do the legalized moonshine, and so it's in the hills, and it's got that feeling of, I don't know how it's legal, but somehow now moonshine's legal, and they do different flavors of it and stuff.
That makes me think it's not the real moonshine then. I want the shit that's illegal where I have to drive across state line and I might get caught. That's the good stuff. That's the stuff that Virginia brought to me.
Yeah, we had legit moonshine where I was from. I think you drank too much of that shit, make you go blind.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I've never drank a gasoline, but I can imagine it's something like that.
I've only had it maybe 1 or 2 times, and it is like drinking gasoline.
You think White Claw makes you want to get a little squirrely? Drink some moonshine.
Oh, man, you can kick some shit when you've been drinking moonshine. I'm telling you.
I think it's designed to make you.
Yeah, you don't feel any pain. That was it.
And that's a scary thing.
Oh,
you got to have a little bit of pain in there somewhere.
Right, pain makes you stop. Yeah, when you don't feel nothing. Look out. Got an email here from Heather. She said, I don't know if you'd plan to come up to Pop Stroke in Port St. Lucie, but I remember somebody had said that recovery had closed down because of COVID. Well, on Friday night, I was getting a concrete mixer from Culver's in Tradition. I looked over to Pop Stroke, seeing what sport that is airing on the screen, and sure as shit, Recovery Sports Bar is open. The lights were on. The cars were in the parking lot. So maybe the person was thinking of Hopcat, because I definitely did get shut down from COVID, sadly. Those cosmic fries or whatever they were, crack fries, I remember they used to call them, were so yummy. Now there's something else there. Yeah, I noticed that the Hopcat was gone. That was cool. I'd gone to that Hopcat in Port St. Lucie. It was nice. It's a nice little chain. I'm sorry to see that go. Also, Taco Dive. Everybody's saying Taco Dive's the place to go. Miller's Ale House and Hop Life, 2 exits up. They have a new sweet outdoor area. They took advantage of the shutdown this year to do a little renovation. So, yeah, I'd love to check out Hop Life. They have a great beer there. They brought in some for us, and haven't been there since the pandemic. Mel and Jupiter talking about Cheez-Its. You were talking about some great road trip and food, Jaybird. I want to respond to your Cheez-It discussion from last week. I think y'all gave him a bad rap. I love snacks too, Jaybird. Here's my tip. Eat Cheez-Its cold in the fridge at all times. You don't get the low-fat but bullshit Cheez-Its or the low-sodium or the different flavor crap. Just the normal Cheez-Its, and they are delicious. Try them cold, and I promise you'll change your mind. I've changed many people's minds about them when they try them cold.
I've had them cold before, and I think it comes down to this, my friend. I don't know if I just like Cheez-Its. We just don't jive together, and that's okay.
Yeah.
On paper, I should love a Cheez-It. I just don't.
You just feel in that moment you could be eating something better.
Yeah,
than a Cheez-It.
there's other. Right now, I'm on a Cheez-It doodle kick. I love cheese doodles, man. but
Okay.
They're not very good for you.
Okay.
They're kind of low budget.
Yeah. Cheez-It doodles?
Cheese doodles.
Oh, cheese doodles.
Oh, not Cheez-It doodles, but cheese
Yeah.
doodles. Now, Fat Kevin,
Okay.
you
Oh,
had to
yeah.
have had them before.
I'm sure.
Wise cheese doodles.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I loved all those cheese puffs and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm all about that. Okay, but yeah, she thinks that she'll convert you.
The white cheddar is the better Cheez-It, in my opinion. I know I went over that on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've had them cold before. They actually kind of gross me out even more.
Okay. Caitlin from Tucson talking about the best way to wake up, said you were discussing the best way. I have a bread maker, and I like to put on delayed start so that when I wake up in the morning, I wake up to the smell of fresh bread baking.
Ooh.
Dang. Okay. It's quite a good idea.
I love fresh bread. There's this place right next to me. They do those bunt cakes.
Okay. Bunt cakes. Yeah.
yeah.
What exactly is a bunt cake?
Yeah, I haven't been yet. Everybody and their mother says it's the best bunt cake. Bunt cake.
It comes in that weird pan, right?
Yeah, and I think they got all
That's
kind
the
of
bunt cake?
I think it's the one that's really. Oh yeah, I'm looking at them right now. Oh my gosh,
Sound like you're getting horny.
they are. Yeah, to me, the best thing about a bunt cake, you got to make it really moist. It's
Okay.
got to be. You don't want that dry
Yeah.
ass cake.
No. You definitely do not.
Ooh, you can do a zebra bunt cake, chocolate and vanilla. Yeah, it's a real
Oh, okay.
spongy.
Yeah, I think I've had those.
With cream in the middle. It's
Oh, yeah.
right across the street from near where, actually, I gotta stop giving landmarks where I live. Although I think everyone knows where I live anyway now.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
what the
fuck
hell.
it. Yeah, it's by North Lake Boulevard.
Okay, yeah.
And it's right there in the Publix Plaza.
Okay.
Everything bunt cake, or I forget the name of it.
Everything bunt cake. Okay.
I definitely butchered the name.
Yeah.
So I don't know if my story helped anybody out.
Probably not,
I
no.
Sort of gave details, but yeah, I got to try that out.
Okay. I got Boca Steve. He had seen this nice little win that somebody had posted up from Boca Raton. They said Greenwise Steak dropped off this morning. This morning around 9-ish, a man pulled up to our house and dropped off a brown bag from Greenwise Market. I thought it was a mistake and left it, but 30 minutes later, it was still sitting on my porch. We looked inside and saw just one ribeye steak. Super random. Asked the neighbors, it's not theirs, thinking it was a mix-up in the address. Anyway, if anybody was expecting a steak, let me know. It's in my fridge. We are way too skeptical to eat it.
We have an APB out there for a steak.
Yeah. Would you eat?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've eaten things that I ate the food the stalker gave me. I eat food.
Yeah, I think if there was in it, it looked like it was dropped off by a food service and nobody would claim it, and I called the food service because they probably wouldn't take it. If you called Greenwise and said, "Hey, you guys dropped off a steak at my place and it's not mine," at that point, I don't think they could take it and give it to somebody else because you don't know what that person did with it. They could have rubbed it all over their own tenderloins. Yeah, so at that point, it's tainted.
Even if I drop something on the ground, it's got to be the grossest ground for me. If I'm cooking something and I have really put the work in and it falls in the ground, I'm picking it up and I'm eating it again.
Yeah.
And if I'm an animal, I am what I am.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, if you drop a steak off the grill, you just throw it on the grill for another second, flash fry, and boom, it's good to go.
We dropped a slice of pizza on the ground camping. It got dirt in it. I ate 3 bites of it. I had to throw it away because it was awful.
Okay.
But I fought
You
the
tried.
Yes, I tried
You gave it a shot.
to battle.
You gave it a shot. That's respectable. Yeah, I hear you. Got to go for it. Engineer Keith getting some suggestions here for some shows. He said there's a show called Debris about wreckage from an alien craft that falls apart and into Earth's atmosphere. I think Jaybird would love it. It's dramatic and mysterious so far. I love it.
Okay.
Another show that's great is Resident Alien. It's about an alien who tries to blend into a town after a spaceship crashes to Earth. Because he's an alien, he has no idea about social graces, so he's often awkward and inappropriate.
I like it.
Uh-huh. That's what they do. Have you seen the footage yet that they were
No,
showing?
I haven't. Honestly, man, I kind of went off the grid. Did you mention that to me on Friday? Either on the air or
it
in
was
passing?
right after, because I saw it right after we wrapped up the show. That story I didn't have a chance to really get to, and then Friday afternoon, I had seen this footage that they were running on Fox News, and I was like, holy crap, man. It was pretty impressive looking. I mean, it looked like a regular old spacecraft that you would typically see, and it was pretty impressive.
It does seem, especially the last few months, that there is more people coming out without the secrets, like the government and military being more vocal with the people. And it makes you think, are we going to see something pretty big in the next decade?
Well, it's really fascinating, just, the new approach that the government has taken to this, because they always were so secretive, like, oh, no, it's not happening.
Well, the thing I love, it confirms all of those other military people who have been saying this since the 60s. Yeah, we saw something. There's something weird out there. There's definitely aliens out there.
Yeah.
Those people weren't lying. Of course they're not lying.
Right. And there's so much stuff that is coming out. It seems like every other week they've got another video that they're like, yeah, check this out. And
well, these people are, if you look into their past, they've done extraordinary things with their lives. They've been honest in every avenue of their life. And now they're lying about aliens when they were in the Army. I don't see it.
Makes you feel like maybe in the next 5 years,
I know,
we might be seeing something.
We're fucked. We could not. I am so convinced after the toilet paper debacle, we could never handle aliens.
Yeah, I think
we couldn't do it,
some...
man. We're all way too opinionated. We think everything is about us. There's no fucking way we would be able to handle aliens.
Yeah.
It'd get political. Aliens wouldn't give a shit that it's political.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I'm kind of looking at it right now, and some of it. I don't know the one that I had seen, but yeah, the footage that they have, I'm seeing now the 2019, and I'll show you. And that one's not that impressive. Whatever I saw on that clip of Fox News, that's just kind of like a little light blip on it.
I'll look for it too. We'll definitely cover it on Weird and Whatever this Wednesday.
Yeah, but it is, if you looked closer on it, it's a triangle-shaped craft. To what it looks like. I mean, I know we have our own triangle-shaped crafts, but
the stuff, our military is so excellent. They know what we are capable of doing and what humans can do. So when they see something so outrageous and out of this world, I know people kept on saying, well, it's probably another country's government. It's their military. No, it's not, because they know what we're able to do. And when you see a plane or a jet or whatever do something that's unheard of and shoots into the atmosphere, never to be seen from again.
Yeah, I don't know what the government is thinking, but I'd heard that explanation. I think they'd even said that, is that we don't know what the phenomenon is. We don't know if it's another government. We don't know what it is. We just know that we can't explain it, and it's not ours.
To me, the biggest alien UFO story will always be the Phoenix Lights. That is that's a big time story. No one has any answers to it. The military doesn't have answers. These were a shit ton of UFOs over Phoenix for a long time.
It's a famous story.
They wouldn't leave.
That was back from the 90s. Yeah, and it seemed like that was in the era where they just didn't talk about it. And
that is such a crazy story, though.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely
to me, they
is.
should teach that in history class.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, try to find those. I get those now, but we have shit-ass internet, and so it's not pulling anything up and quickly.
Is Metal Beard Dan being a Metal Beard dick when he says, the video the Pentagon released, I saw someone debunking it and showing it was a duck they recorded?
I don't know.
I don't know. You're in my head, Metal Beard Dan.
Yeah, not the footage I saw. That ain't a duck.
He's being Metal Beard dick.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know if that's the image or not. This does kind of look like. Yeah, I don't want to pull up the wrong one, but.
Now, Wooden Sash Dave is talking about it was a heat shimmer.
Okay.
And then my question is, what the fuck's a heat shimmer? Is that a dance?
Sounds like it, yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, the internet's not working, so I can't get it pulled up. But
yeah, maybe we'll post it online if we see it.
I got an email from John here about some shows to check out. You might enjoy Mr. Inbetween on FX channel. It's about a part-time hitman that's worked at a nightclub. He has a normal life, an 8-year-old daughter, and a brother he looks after that has ALS, dry sense of humor with sketchy friends who help him take care of problems that you can't go to the police for. Try a few shows. Okay.
I got a lot. I'm telling you, Kev, you would love that octopus documentary.
Think so? Is it sad? It sounded a little sad.
There's a sad part in there, but it's about
Yeah.
it's life. There's great moments in that documentary.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some sad stuff in there.
Okay.
But it makes you think. It's deep.
Okay.
Fuck, you might not like it.
Yeah,
You might
it's not really my
like it.
thing. Deep and kind of makes you sadder thing.
It doesn't make you. I wouldn't say sad.
That's not really my thing.
The more I
I
went
hate
into
being
it.
sad. I'm good.
It's a feel good though. It's like a feel good sad. If,
Oh,
if that
is.
makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Well, I don't want to give too much away. I just think you would really like
It's
it.
sad at the end. You feel good. Yeah, I struggle with Finding Nemo, man. I can't even imagine what that would do
It's
to me.
sad at the end. It's a feel good.
Somebody said Kevin needs a happy ending. I do. Yeah. Like
That's
I was
right,
just
I
I was just
forget.
railing on that show that I watched 2 seasons of, and they just inexplicably killed his love interest. Like in the last 5 minutes of the show, it was like a happily ever after that wasn't. And I'm like, what the hell was that for, man?
I'm trying to. You know what, Kev? The octopus thing does have a happy ending. It really.
does.
It does.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's not all fucking rainbows out there.
I
though.
hear you. You know, a lot of people are loving it, and I might get to it. We'll see.
It won a bunch of awards.
Yeah,
Not
I
that that
started to
means
realize,
anything.
I got so much stuff to watch. It's all great. I appreciate all the suggestions, but there's a lot of stuff out there to check out. Let me see here. We got a question Matt wanted to know about KVJ. He said, my girlfriend and I were talking about the show and wondering if we fast forwarded 20, 30, maybe even 40 years from now, will KVJ still be streaming shows from the past? What happens when you all retire? What will our kids listen to? Food for thought.
I mean, the children are our future, Kevin.
Well, that's the good thing. The stuff will be up, and you'll be able to listen to it. You know, I would like to see a way and a place. I don't know how many years we'll have in us and what we do, but you know, whenever we're gone and we're not doing this anymore, that it'll be up hopefully conveniently, and so you can continue to listen. And you know, unless you caught every single second of every show, you should be able to dial up a new show for 20 years plus.
I talk a lot of shit about the internet and social media, but that is one of the best things about that kind of stuff is all that stuff can live on.
Yeah.
Looking at stuff from the past, it's good. It's great.
So
Jackie the Joke Man from Howard Stern, because they run all old shows from the past all the times, even still now, they run them constantly.
Yeah.
He says when he walks down the street, people still come up to him like he's on the show, and some people don't even realize.
I know.
You're not on.
He hasn't been on the show for what, 20, almost 20 years?
Easily.
Yeah.
And he still, they'll run an old bit.
Yeah.
And they run them so much, even with Artie.
Right.
They run that stuff, and some people think, oh, is Artie back?
Wow. Yeah. No, that's the way it goes.
But he goes, the popularity doesn't really ever die down because of that reason.
Yeah. So, I assume who knows what'll happen by then. But, yeah,
That's
there'll
a good-
definitely be KVJ stuff out there.
Mags and Cannon start a show together.
Yeah. You never know. I could see Mags doing it. Yeah, she seems to be a ham. She loves all that kind of stuff.
Cannon, not so much when it comes to like broadcasting type stuff.
Well, I don't know. Maybe. He really likes sports. That's his thing. So he may pick up my failed sports show and do that.
That's great.
He may carry the torch of that. That might be his thing.
I love
I don't
that.
know that he would be doing all the goofy stuff or not, but who knows? We'll see. Let me see. This is kind of an interesting little tidbit. We were talking a little bit about DMX, who passed away last Friday, and had an interesting email just talking about who he was behind the scenes and what he was like. And it was kind of interesting. His best friend was a big old 60-year-old redneck, and he lived in the Midwest and wasn't into all the bling and all that kind of stuff.
Which I love. I think it's so cool and unique.
Yeah, I thought it was really an interesting little thing to see that. You know, and Dave Chappelle's that way too. He lives in a really small town, not far from where I grew up.
It's cool when you see celebrities you like
Yeah.
living just a normal, peaceful life. They're not in Hollywood.
He's still got the money.
Look at me,
and-
look at me, look at me.
Yeah, some people legitimately like that small town vibe. I get it. There is a quaintness and a charm to it.
I hear terrible things about Hollywood and LA and all. It's just a fake.
Yeah.
You don't have friends there. You have people that you're trying to get into business that appear to be your friend.
Yeah, now that, there's the technology the way it is, more people are leaving. I know a lot of people have left for Austin. Austin is kind of like a little mini LA which it'll become pretentious here before you know it. But
Yeah,
people are
I
leaving for different towns. Nashville's kind of getting that way too.
Well, too,
for
I
music.
think if you are in California, you probably and you don't agree with their politics.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you're probably out.
Yeah, I think the whole shaming culture that, if you don't think as I do, that I'm going to get a band of people together and we're going to make you pay if you don't. So,
Or
yeah,
threaten
people
you to
taking
change.
off.
If you don't think the way I do, I'm going to try to end you and
Right.
your friends.
We can't respect different people and different opinions, so that's kind of an issue. But you're saying something interesting about somebody had sold DMX weed back in
Or
the day.
he smoked it with him, I believe.
Okay.
Gave it to him and
Yeah.
smoked it. Bigfoot hung out with DMX once and they smoked weed together. How cool is that?
That is kind of interesting. Yeah, if you have those moments, if you're a smoker or just anybody that's ever had a beer with a celebrity or shared weed with somebody.
Denny's told the story about Mike Epps, the actor and the comedian, where when he was in town doing
Yeah,
Denny's got a weed.
that's kind of cool. Yeah, that'll probably be the new thing. And I did see this. Tomorrow's going to be 420. I know Denny's was already very excited about that. And it's pretty interesting to see just what the acceptance rate is. Now, I'd seen this stat where, it's kind of crazy.
It's so
through the roof.
Well, even just broadcasting and talking about marijuana on the air is so different than 10 years ago. It was forbidden back in the day.
Sure. Yeah. And now I'd seen this story just today. I think it was like over 90% of Americans are for legalizing recreational marijuana.
And when I say forbidden, I mean just if you talked about it, you would get shit from people.
Well, I haven't invested in it, but I know that a lot of people who are pro pot had gone through, and there's kind of a history of the demonization of marijuana in America and how it kind of got the way that it was.
Big time, there's been.
Yeah. And this poll from Daily Mail, researchers found that more than 90% think that marijuana should be legal in some form, with almost 2/3 saying they support legalizing both medicinal and recreational use. Currently, pot is legal in 16 states, with Virginia and New York becoming the latest to legalize the drug.
Well, anybody who tells you, we know a bunch of party people, sometimes people will try to claim, man, weed is way worse than alcohol and all that stuff. And whatever, debate that for the ages. My point being, the people that I know, when they drink alcohol, as fun as it is and how great as it is, they fight. They get into more trouble than they ever would if they were at home just smoking a joint.
Seems like it's more dangerous if you do alcohol in excess than weed. Is that true?
I'm no doctor.
Well, from your own personal
Oh,
experiences.
yeah. Oh, my gosh, yes.
Okay.
My gosh, yes. Worst thing I've ever done on pot is order too much pizza.
Okay.
And is that really a crime?
Yeah. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how far away we are from that. So, 420 tomorrow.
Weed is not a drug. It's a supplement, Michael says in the chat room.
Okay.
We do have a very large weed percentage in our chat room.
Yeah.
Got a lot of weed people in there, which is, great.
Yeah. Okay. It's definitely growing. Let me see. Got an email here saying from Ricky saying I was having a conversation yesterday with one of my employees, and he was telling me that it bothered him that I don't flip all the money in the cash drawer to face the same direction. I silently laughed to myself because I do it on purpose to annoy people. I immediately thought of the KVJ show and wondered if they do anything purposely to annoy or inconvenience people that makes them chuckle a little bit,
Yes.
since it's not causing any harm.
Absolutely.
What would you say? Is there something that stands out?
If people are kind of being dicky, making a big deal about certain things, yeah, there's there's a few things.
Okay.
But there's a couple. I can't tell the story. I know I would like to. People get mad when I say this, but there's someone in our office that doesn't like something, and we constantly make sure it's out.
Out.
They don't like something that we.
Something that they'd like for you to put away that you leave out just because you know it rattles them.
Well, but it's I love it though. It's amazing. I would never want to put this away.
Oh, okay.
I would fight for it.
Okay.
But yeah.
You just can't say what it is.
No.
Okay.
It's nothing bad by any means.
Yeah, if you're an OCD person, like for me, if I were running a till, everything would have to be facing in the same direction or it'd drive me crazy. So people like me are easy to mess with.
You would hate my wallet. Because I know you're probably a guy that has all of your dollars in order, organized. Hundreds are probably in the back.
Yeah, no, I
If you have 100
I
in
put
there.
in sliding denominations. All the faces are going the same direction.
There's times where if I'm in a hurry, there's like a ball of money and I close my wallet.
Nah.
It would drive you crazy.
Couldn't do it. Yeah, if there's the problem in my mind, and maybe OCD people are like this, I can only speak for me. If there's disorder in anything in my life, my mind is in disorder. So I have to have everything lined up. If not, then my mind is like, I can't focus.
I'm that way. If we have to do something for the show or I have to do something at home,
Mm-hmm.
I have to make sure everything is clean and organized before I can sit down and try to do anything creative for the
Yeah.
show. If not,
Yeah.
it'll tweak me out. An organized house has to be, or organized room.
Yeah.
If not, it drives me crazy.
I'm the same way, so I totally get that. Today is National Garlic Day.
It was also another day today. It was a weak ass holiday.
Yeah, there's a couple weak ones. Yeah, it's just kind of leading up. Tomorrow's the big one, National Weed Day. So that's the one that everybody cares about, right?
Are we gonna have some fun weed games tomorrow?
I'm sure we probably will, yeah, for 420. So Tuesday is actually going to be a fun Tuesday this week. We'll see you back here then. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.